Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Venus Baby Tarot, and today I'm just going to give you a little current situation reading. So if you guys have not noticed, I have decided to start another channel where I'm reading for all 12 signs. I have a little more than half of them posted so far. So if you're looking for readings on your moon, your rising, your Venus sign, or if you want to cross watch, you can definitely go check out that channel. I would love to see you there. And also, before we get started, if you're looking for a personal session with me, you can book on my scheduler in the description box below. And I am also going to do $20 live readings on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week over on my Instagram channel, which is down below in the description box at 8 p.m. Central. Okay, I'd love to see you there. So one more thing, if you like my content, I do hope you like and subscribe. Okay, so Taurus, let's see what Spirit has in store for you. You have right. Interesting. So this can be about writing your story. And let's see what else you have. The right order. Interesting. So I feel like that's weird, because I'm getting like chronological order. Huh? Right? Like, you know, see, like writing things down in order of like what you're wanting for yourself, what you're envisioning for yourself. And honestly, I'm only getting this other message of like, you know, having sort of blanks in your past and not knowing specific, like not remembering certain times. And there's a need for you to write some things down so you can get a clear idea of some things that you're processing. That's not going to be for everybody, and I know that. So, okay, let's go ahead and see what else Spirit has for you. You have the Tree of Life. Yeah, like life lessons. Like there's something that you've been learning about. Look at that, the air element. I feel it's just really funny to me because I did another reading for you that I'm debating posting, but that card came out. Okay. So let's go ahead and get your tarot out on the table. I don't know why I do this. I know, like, I'd rather just pull from the top. It just takes too much time to shuffle them out. I don't like doing that. I just want to get in the message. Okay, you have the Two of Wands, the Moon card, and the Knight of Cups. You have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Strength card, and the Ten of Cups, with the Chariot card on the bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and get one of these to even this thing out. I like it to be even. I know I'm a weirdo. Okay, fear, confusion, doubt. So I think that I'm honestly feeling a little bit like, because I'm looking over here at this King of Cups. So for some of you, you're feeling a lot of like fear around like a romantic connection or some confusion. You're not really sure. You're not really sure of some things. But I think I'm going to get into that in just a second. I'm also feeling like here in the recent past, and I think that we're going to kind of go back into that other message that I was talking about. Because I feel like there have been things that have been on your mind in the recent past. And you may have been like looking back on certain things. And I feel like, you know how we can tend to sometimes look back with rose-colored glasses. We don't see the whole picture clearly. That kind of thing. I feel a little bit like you are needing to maybe write some things down so that you can get down to the facts and the details of the situation. Specifically in terms of like romantic connections or a past romantic connection. I feel even because he's looking backwards. And there's another path here. Because I feel like there could be some sort of, we've talked about this before, like there's something about a connection that was important in the past, but like you're needing to really look at things like in order, you know, to look like just how do I put this? Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Okay. So, you know how sometimes like we'll hang on to like the original version of a person, the one that they presented themselves as, but then we don't remember, like when we're looking back at the past, we don't remember like what it turned into. Right? Okay. And maybe you're needing to remind yourself you're needing to write it down so you can really take a look at it and remember what it was really like. Like what it was really like. Okay. And this may not even be like in terms of romantic connections. Like this could just be in any area of your life that you have been sort of looking back on in the recent past. Because I'm going based off of what I see here. And it could just be a familiar path, you know, a familiar situations. You know how like sometimes, you know, when people stay in like toxic relationship patterns with the same type of person over and over and over again, they do it because it's familiar. It's what they know. It's probably like how their parents were or like their, you know, their family of origin, and they just perpetuate these cycles because it's familiar. And even though they want it to be different, they want it to change, they battle themselves about it. It's what they know. Okay. And so there could definitely be something that you had, like a path in your life, whether it was with romantic connections or even in types of like work environments, or how you show up with certain people in your life, friends, family, etc., where it was just a familiar place for you to be energetically, but it is not a place that you wanted to be anymore, that you want to be in the future, right? And I feel like writing things down is going to be very important for you so that you can really look at this honestly and kind of take an honest look at how it affected you, like the past affected you in the end, or how these certain types of situations affect you in your life currently. But I mean, we're looking at the past over here because I feel like you fight off with this Five of Wands. You've maybe even fought off love, like real true love. And I feel like, you know, like people. And if this resonates with you, you'll know. Because this is how it was for me. You know, we think that love is just this crazy intensity. Like, I have to have you. Like, I can't live without you. And it's all this passion and desire and, like, having to be with each other all the time. And kind of like that BS that's fed to us on TV. Like we think that that's love, you know, and then there's the highs and the lows, right? And like the really, really low points. And then, you know, you come back from that, you know, you reignite that passion, and then you're burning, like you're just so excited and you like have to have each other again. And then you start fighting, and like, you know how like you can start to think that that's what love is, but it's really not. That's not love. That's attachment. That's toxic relationship patterns that are passed down from us from toxic parents or whatever. That's not actually love, right? And so there could have been a lot of hostility and a lot of maybe even domestic abuse, like I gotta be honest with you, in past relationships. And you may have thought that that was love because it was intense, right? And so I feel like if that's your story, you fight off true, deep, emotional connection that's safe. Like you didn't even know what love was like. You had no idea what love was like. You know, because it definitely wasn't safety. It definitely wasn't security. It definitely wasn't a space of comfort. It was a space of constantly being triggered in fight or flight. Like that was love. But now I feel like there's been a new path that's opening up for you in your life. And I think that there's a need to write things down for some reason, because you're really needing to take a look at this. You're really needing to acknowledge this about yourself, because I think that you're being called to, you know, have empathy for yourself because you were in those patterns, but you're also being called to shift them. Okay? Because I feel like things could be coming through your subconscious, coming through your dreams and that kind of thing that really impact your ability to open up to what is truly love, which is honestly like is intimacy. It's seeing another person for who they are and allowing them to see you, feeling safe and secure, being allowed to mess up and being forgiven, being allowed to speak up and not being scared to share your truth. That's love, you know? And so you could have really maybe even pushed away people who've really tried to love you, that were bringing real love to you. And maybe you, like in the recent past, maybe you kind of currently are, but because you got the Queen of Swords in the middle of your reading, which to me means that you still kind of have a wound in your heart from past experiences. Like they really still kind of swim around in your subconscious a little bit. And I feel like that's why you're needing to write them down. They need to come to the conscious awareness. That's why you've got to put them on paper so you can take a look at it. Like they need to come to the conscious awareness for you. Because I feel like, look at this Strength card. This is so different than most Strength cards. Because in the traditional Strength card, like the lion is not attacking her. You know, she's being very gentle with the lion, which, you know, it denotes a lot of strength to be able to do that, you know, because she's overcoming fear. But in this right here, it's kind of codependent. Like, this lion is literally attacking her. And she's just like, oh, sweetheart. What? Like, you know, and I think that maybe you did that. Like, maybe you did that in the past. Like, you just gave so much love and affection to somebody who was just, like, volatile or verbally abusive or just really just a negative force in your life. And maybe you even felt like a doormat, Taurus. I feel like a doormat. Like, this person could just do whatever the hell they wanted, and you were just going to keep forgiving them. And I think that maybe you need to forgive yourself because, like, you're older and wiser now. You know better. Okay? You know better. And maybe you just needed, like, a wake-up call that wasn't really love, that was attachment. Like, this seems to be a very serious life lesson for you. Because in the near future, look at this, I feel like your heart starts to open up. Because it looks to me like somebody else's is. But I feel like yours does. You know, and I feel like the King of Pentacles, that's Taurus, right? And the Ten of Cups, like, you really start to move out of this. You start to move towards something. You move out of this and you move towards the other wand and this Two of Wands. You move towards another path. Like, you're done with the lesson. Like, you have the realizations that you need. You put things down on paper. You rewrite your story in your life. You rewrite the way that you love and the type of people that you attract. Like, you rewrite this stuff. Okay? And I feel like with the right order, too, it could be that, you know, certain things happen in the way that they did because it needed to help, like, it needed to wake you up. I don't think that there's any excuse for domestic violence, but whatever. You know, it's just a perpetuation, though, of life patterns, and abusers typically have abusive parents. So I think that I can have empathy, but yeah, enough about that. But anyway, so there could definitely have just been things that were in the order that they were in because they had to wake you up. These were lessons that you needed to learn. But because you have the integration, I feel like you're integrating the lessons, okay? And now there seems to be a much more open-hearted energy for you. And, you know, solidifying commitment in your near future. Something that is definitely more of the dream that you wanted to have in the past with other people, but you didn't get because of who they were and the types of toxic dynamics that the two of you were in. And so now I feel like any confusions that you have about future relationships, or maybe even one that you're currently in, are being removed, and you're going to be seeing things a lot more clearly. Like, you're going to be, you know, the Chariot card on the bottom of the deck, like, you're going to be moving a lot more quickly towards this energy with a person, and feeling that safety and feeling that security, because you may even start to feel like it's your destiny, honestly. And I feel like, you know, with this air balloons here, like you're going to be rising up above. You're rising out of these old ways, these old times, rising out of being the Queen of Swords and having your heart blocked off. You know, like I know that I went through that for years. Like I was just like not open whatsoever to romantic relationships. And it's because I was this, right? So let's see what these cards have to say for you. Look at that. Now you may even be deciding to get married. You know, and that could be also just really committing yourself to somebody as well. Or somebody is ready to really commit to you. And do keep in mind that honestly, like this could also be about like another person. Like the roles could be reversed. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. But, you know, I typically, like I read for Taurus. So, you know, I'm reading it as you. But look at that. You have wedding planning. So you're like wedding planning in the near future for you. You know, like somebody could be actually asking you to marry them. Then you have conflict. I'm interested to see what that conflict is about. Oh yeah, it's just the courage. It's the courage to walk. Yeah, it's just, yeah, you will overcome this. You will overcome this. You just need to prioritize certain things, like maybe self-care. That's the top of the thing on the list. You know, like when you start to get in fear and you start to get confused, like prioritize some self-care so you can get your mind and your heart and your body right. Like so you can get in alignment, right? Like maybe you need to go for a walk or take a bubble bath, or maybe you need to get some Reiki, you know, like, or do some shadow work, do some writing, that kind of thing to really just like bring you back home so that you're not getting all out of control in your thoughts and just deep into your fears and then closing off again. Okay? Right there. Okay, and then we're going to get you a closing oracle message here, Taurus. Quest. Yeah. See, yeah. You're on a new quest in your life. This is the direction that you're supposed to go. Like, I feel like this is all in divine order. This person coming into your life is in divine order. You've just got to believe. And that's the other thing. Sometimes we stay in toxic dynamics because we don't believe that we deserve better, right? We think that this is the best we're going to get, right? And so I feel like that's what you've experienced in the past. And so you may really struggle to believe that you deserve somebody who just loves you. You know what I mean? And so that is something like self-care, self-worth, something for you to work on in your life. You also have bittersweet. I think that that's how you look back at the past. Like it's bittersweet. You know, like there were definitely some good parts and there were definitely some bad parts, okay? And that's what you can really chalk it all up to. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both. It was just bittersweet. Okay? But you don't have to allow this to keep you from moving forward in your life anymore. And I feel like, yeah, these are throat chakras. So I feel like a lot of it also could have to do with, like, especially with the self-worth, like just the ways that you talk to yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you speak about your life, the way that you speak about your future, the way you speak about the things that you deserve. And then, like, again, like I was talking about the narrative, you know, the narrative that you have around relationships, around the people that you date. You know, maybe something about that needs to be changed. I'm getting a lot of energy of like you putting things down on paper and bringing the things that are in your subconscious to your conscious awareness. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this helps, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.